Okay, so right now we're gonna discuss to you the topic about the relational operators in C programming language. So what is a relational operator and how do they work? So a relational operator checks out the relationship between two operands, and as you could remember in our previous tutorials, we have created this equation: b is equal to a plus b, right? So you can remember that one. Well, that is an equation that has two operands, and the operands here are the a and the b. So those are the operands, and it says that the relational operators check out the relationship between the two operands. So it is using the comparison and the contrast, or the true or the false, the Boolean Boolean algebra or Boolean code. It's a Boolean. That means it's a Boolean. It is either 0 or 1, or true or false. In the C programming language, it is not using a true or false strings. Rather, it uses the 0 and 1 integers. So if it's equal, then it is true, and if it's true, then it's 1. So what are the examples of the relational operators? So the relational operators examples are this one, the equal. Remember that this equal sign is different from this one, where this one is an assignment, where this one is trying to compare the two operands. So this one is not a relational operator, rather it's an assignment operator. So this one, it is example of the relational operator, and the other one is the not equal. This exclamation point here, it means that it is not, so it is not equal. And then there are 6 relational operators. The third one is the greater than, the fourth one is the lesser than, and then the fifth one is greater than or equal, and the last one is the lesser than or equal. So these are the relational operators. Okay, so as you can see in there, those are the operators. And the question is, we all know that these are variables, right? A, B, C, and D, and these are the values inside of them. So what we're gonna how the question is, as we have said earlier, that it compares out the two operands, and then the compiler will give us a return value, which is a 0 or 1, and then that 0 or 1 means that if it's 0, it's false, and if it's 1, it's true. So why does the compiler could be able to do that? It's because we are trying to compare, we are trying to see the relationship between those variables, inside those variables, which are the values. We are trying to compare the values inside that variable. If they are true, the same, then it's true, it's 1. If it's false, then it will become 0. So that's why it returns a value. But the question is, how could we be able to let the compiler return a value for that after we compare those? We let the compiler compare those values. So it's simple, guys. It's just creating a function which is an output, which has comprises with a string. The %d is this one. This %d is a format specifier, right? And then is %d \n, and then gonna let a is A, this B, and this A is equal to B. Then that one. So this one, this output here, this string function here, a string quotation here, this %d specifies this letter A. It gives us the output of A, and then %t it gives an output of B here, and then this A is equal to B. We will let the compiler give an output of this A is equal to B, which is a relational operator. Either the compiler will say 0 or 1 only, because it is a Boolean function which gives out only 0 and 1 value in the Boolean. So in the C programming, it uses the 0 or 1 only. And the 0 means that it is a 0, it's false. If it's 1, it's true. So that's how it works. So now let's gonna copy this one and then paste here. This one, we all have 6, so that's it. And then we'll put this one exclamatory, and then this one C, and A, and then C, not A. And then let's try to use it greater than D, B, this is less than C and B, then it's greater than, and this will gonna be D and B. This one is less than C and D. Okay, so let's try to run this one. Oh, before it, let's check. Oh, there's an error here. And it's a new terminal, and then run. So as you can see in here, guys, the output is this one. It says that 3 is equal to 5. Is it true? And then it's not true, so that's why it's 0, because it's false. They are not the same. And then the second one is 10 is not equal to 3. It is yes, because they are not the same, so that's why it is 1. It's true, they are not the same. And 10 is greater than 5. Is it true? And it says that yes, it is true, so that's why it is 1. And 10 is less than 5. Is it true? No, because it is greater than 5, so that's why it is 0. And then 10 is greater than is equal to 5. Is it true? Yes, because 10 is greater than 5. And 10 is lesser than 10. Is it true? Or equal to 10? Is it true? Yes, it is true. So that's why it is, that is what we called it. The answer is 10, is true, which is 1. So the Boolean result or function for that is true or false, or 0 or 1 in the C programming language, and true or false in the other programming languages. So that's it, guys. So I have, since it's just so short, what do you think if I were gonna replace a value here? The value for the so what will you think if the answer for this, if we will let this A is equal to 10 rather, would you think that A will be replaced the 10 will be the 3 will be replaced by 10. So let's see, and let's try to run that one. And as you can see in there that it is being replaced. Yes, it is being replaced, and all of this A here will be updated. For what is the latest the last update for this one, if you change this value A here in the lower row of your code, then the value of A will gonna be replaced. So that's why it's in here, it's already 10, which is A, the 10, which is 10 is not equal to 10, is it true? And it says that it is 4. So that is it. But the question is, what would happen if I will try to replace it here? What do you think? It will run? Yes, it will run. However, there is a problem for that. So what do you think would be the problem? Do you think the compiler will comprehend or replace the value of A here in the rest of all this relational operators? Well, the answer for that is no. It will not update. It will still use this one, this value A here in this one, because if it will try to run this one, you can see that is 10 is not equal to 10. Is it true? It's here, it says that it's true, but we all know that they are the same, so that should be 0. So that is wrong, because the relational operator still uses this one. It does not use this here because it is inside this function. Even though that A is being updated here and all the rest of this one, but still these relational operators will not update the value of A here because it's inside this, on the inside of this a function. It should be in a good practice, so that you could have a correct answer. You have to use this one on updating the value inside of the variable that is being replaced, as being created previously, that you want to update it. So that's how it works. So we are done, guys. So I thank you for watching this tutorial, and I hope you learned that something new for this, and you see you to the next tutorials. And that's all, and goodbye.